right, so in this week's video blog, I'm going to talk a little bit about the lens that you should look through when things get competitive. Okay, so we get it. Competition comes, you're an entrepreneur, you're in your market, you're building something, and then all of a sudden your competitor is doing exactly what you did 3 months ago, 6 months ago, whether it's the way you wrapped your trucks, whether it's the software that you use, whether it's the marketing angle that you use, the ads, now they're competing for Google Ads clicks, or whether it's, or the consultant that they brought in, or whatever the case may be. Gosh, God forbid it's a talent. They took somebody from your team, right? And you're finding that you, as a competitor, you're having success and people are copying you. And I know what it feels like because it happens to me all the time. You get kind of rattled. You bow up a little bit. You're like, oh, what do I do? I'm fired up. And I'm like, bump that guy. Or, I use different words in my head sometimes, but you know the feeling, okay? You're a competitor and you hate it when people are doing the things that you're doing because you want to be different. That's why you're good. It's like, that's why people look at you and not other people, because you're different. But people are copying you, so now you're not as different, right? I get it. And the reality is I've had to deal with that because I find myself being emulated often, not every day. I mean, I see people trying to do what I'm doing, and I'm constantly trying to find an edge to find something that separates me from the pack. But what's really cool is that if you look at it like this and say, fine, other people are doing what I'm doing, fine. Guess what? The company talent, everybody in our market and our customers are conditioned to pay more, and that's a huge plus. And people are going to be working for you. That's a huge plus. So the point is, you are forced to innovate. It's the law of diffusion of innovation. Look it up, okay? So what it does is it shows how when you're adopting something, there's the 2.5%, which are the innovators, which is you, which is me. We're innovating. We're always trying to solve a problem that hasn't been solved yet. And then 13.5% are the early adopters, right? You see people, like look at Facebook or look at social media. Your grandparents were late to the party, but early on were the teenagers, right? Or you or me, or when we were in high school, depending on what when it came out. And then there's a tipping point, okay? There's a tipping point when all of a sudden it becomes normal. And then you have the 34% early majority, the 34% late majority, and then the laggards, okay? So what that means is, as a competitor, if you become that 2.5%, 13.5% on the front end, then all of a sudden you'll see 5-10 years later, everybody's starting to catch up to what you're doing. So what do you have to do to be competitive? You have to embrace the fact that you're gonna constantly have to innovate, constantly have to find new solutions, and you just gotta keep a pipeline full of ideas that solve a problem more cost effectively, at a higher value, more quickly, more speedily than you ever had before. And so my point in this is, when competition comes, you can bow up. I certainly do. When people try to copy you, because you're like, man, get an idea, be original. The reality is, if somebody continues to copy you, they're always going to be an imitation. They're never going to be the exact thing. Have you ever gone to and tried to copy on the printer, and you take a copy and then you make a copy of a copy, and then you make a copy of a copy, and then you make a copy of a copy? Well, guess what? It doesn't look the same as the original, right? Same with you. So you have to have originality in your innovation. You adopt things early in a way before other people do, and you're going to stay ahead of the game. So that's a mindset that I've adopted. And so I'm like, fine, what do I got to do next? What do I got to do next? And it's actually really fun, because the next thing is they actually have to execute the thing in which you're adopting. And that's the entirely different part. That's like 85% of it. Can you actually execute the new things that are out there? Sales training, sales coaching, business consulting, a system, a brand, software, anything. You actually have to execute it. So don't get too caught up and don't let it rattle your box at all whenever you find people trying to copy you. Know this, that's good. They look up to you, you're doing something right. They actually have to execute the thing that you're doing. And it forces you to continue to innovate and be out in front of things, which is actually the mindset that you really want to adopt and have your people adopt, so that you can be the best you can be competitive, make money, and keep ahead of the pack. So again, thanks for tuning in to this week's video blog. I hope you enjoyed it. Go out there, have the right mindset when competitors are trying to be like you. Just stay innovative, stay original, stay out in front, and you'll be in good shape. Hey, thanks for watching this latest piece of content. If you like what you saw, you can like, subscribe, comment, follow, all that good stuff, and you'll see the next video blog, and hopefully you continue to get value. If you are trying to grow your business, you're really serious about it right now, and you're really committed, what I'd like for you to do is complete the form and book a 1-hour growth strategy session with us. We know this, we know that your growth and your next level is just one call away, and we have some steps that you can take to really unlock where you are right now and take your business to the next level through sales development and building a true high-class, high-performing, world-class sales organization. And we know that is your vehicle to getting to the next level. So if that's not something you've done yet, go ahead and do it now. If not, stay tuned. See you on the next video.